Hi there, church. How are you doing? I hope that you're having a good week so far. I hope you're enjoying the day, even though it's cloudy and overcast here on Tuesday afternoon as I make this video. And I guess I also hope you don't get tired of seeing me by the water, by this river here near my house. This is just one of my favorite places, and it's a convenient place for me to come to where it's nice and quiet. And I can think and I can talk to God. I can spend some time in prayer. And it's just one of the places I like to go whenever it's time to do a video, because believe it or not, sometimes it's hard to think about what it is I should say that would be helpful to you. And so whenever I do these early week videos that are coming out of my sermon I had just preached on Sunday, what I'm trying to provide is some sort of application, some kind of reminder, so that what we do when we gather for church and you hear me preach doesn't just go in one ear and out the other. I hope at least that it doesn't do that. And so as I talked in service this past Sunday about the mission of God in us, part 3 in that series, where we talked about, Jesus did what he did because he knew it and learned it from the Father. And so when we watch Jesus, that shows us what the Father would have us do, since we are also children of God. And one of the things we find that's remarkable about Jesus is he didn't wait to find perfect people to use them in his mission for the Father's kingdom, but he used the people he had at hand. And he equipped them, he taught them, he trained them, he mentored them, and he shared himself with them, so that the things they heard him say and the things they saw him do became ingrained into them. And then he said, now you go and do the same. You go and help people the way I did. You go and teach people the way I did. You go and baptize them and make them disciples the way I did. And so thank goodness that they did, because that's how the church grew. And so if the church is going to continue to grow in our time and in our place, in our context, we ought to just do it the way Jesus did. And so one of the fairly simple things that he did, if you're thinking, well, I don't know how to preach or I don't know how to evangelize, just stop right there. One of the pretty easy things we see him do is simply share his actions and his time and space with other interested people. So whatever your ministry is, whatever you think God has gifted you to do, have you thought about sharing that gift with other people? Not just by pouring into them, but by mentoring them, teaching them, equipping them, training them, helping them to come alongside you, to see how God has blessed you and how you're good at something that contributes to the care of God's people and God's kingdom. Have you thought about that? If not, I hope you'll spend some time meditating on that this week, praying about that this week, and beginning to identify some people in your life, even if it's just one to start with, who you can spend that kind of quality time with so they can see God's actions in you and be inspired to go and do the same. Hope you have a great rest of the week. Hope to see you soon.